Why must it be? Through nature's tragedy, we find unity when we come together. Racism, we feel shame. No one wants to take the blame. Through the fire, we all will hang. With love, we can change when we all come together.
God, do I really, really, really stress it to come together. Do you guys want me to shed tears or something? Or shed blood, more blood, so that we can finally wake up to come together? You guys hear my song in the beginning of the show and at the end of the show, right? But I hope you guys are actually paying attention to the words. See, some songs are brought to give you a message, and that one's a powerful, powerful message to you here on WLTH Radio. Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning somewhere you're listening to Sound Off with E.V.E. here on WLTH Radio Live. And you know, I missed, but I heard. I actually was dying of a toothache. I was on my way this way, and it's like I struck a nerve from my tooth yesterday, and I just said, you know, they got this, WLTH got this, and I applaud them. I was listening to them. I was listening to all the hosts. I'm sorry I missed Verly, love her dearly, but I did hear her commenting, and everybody that came through. And, you know, this is the Region's Choice, and we are the voice. And you guys heard it yesterday all day from 6 in the morning till, what, almost 11 last night? That was, you know, and kudos to Omar. He held the board for 9 hours. Thank you, Omar, for being that big trooper. The Mr. I Got This, too. And WLTH got this, okay? And the views expressed by the hosts and the callers of the show, not necessarily the views of WLTH Radio, management, owners, and sponsors. I may skip here and there. I need to stay focused, and I'm going to stay focused because it's hot in here. I'm not complaining, okay? I'm not complaining. You guys see me sleeveless. If those of you that are online viewing me, thank you for joining me as well. And thank you for everyone that has been following me. I have new followers this week. Thank you again for all of those that are following me on Twitter. That's official Eve G. That's at official Eve G. And for those that are liking and commenting on Facebook as well, I like to keep things real. And I do want to say that for those of you that follow me on Facebook that read, and some have said, you know, I look forward to your morning message. I put a message yesterday that was completely unlike me. But you know, it was that kind of a heavy heart that I had at that moment, and I'm freed now. The burden's off. I said, you ain't gonna get this because God's got this, and can I get an amen? All right. 219-885-1371 is the sound off number. If you guys want to call in, complain about who won, who should have won, or you're glad that whoever won. Congratulations to all the elected officials. Congratulations to all of you. And for those that did not win, let's just say you're still winners because you pulled through, you campaigned, you walked the streets, you met people, you did things, and I'm sure that that experience changed a little or somewhat of your personal life, and you got to see a different view of your community. Had you not been running, you might have not seen it the same way as you do now. And I hope that you support those that did win, and I hope that you step up to the plate and also take the initiative to offer your assistance, your help to make our neighborhood better, safer, cleaner, healthier, because we need to do that for our youth. This weather is wreaking havoc. Not the weather itself, but the people that are out there out on the street. And it's not a happy home when you are out in the street. There's already killings from Monday to this morning, or to Tuesday, and it's sad. You know, on Saturday, I don't know if I mentioned it on Monday, but we were out there in East Chicago in the harbor and saw police activity around noon. And then I read in the newspaper that actually a woman had gotten shot and killed there on Elm Street, right on the street, right close to where Juan, my other partner in crime, lives. So that's just, that's you know, too close for comfort. And that's just, you know, it's got to stop. Bystanders dive for safety when car drives through car and roped off murder scene in Texas. I'm looking at a picture. There's a lot of action there, and it's just not in Chicago. And, you know, I do want to say this, that it's going to get worse before it can get better, unfortunately. But we all need to bring our positive forces, our positive energy together. I'm going to keep telling you this. I am not no perfect, holy roly person. I'm not religious, but I know what I'm saying. We have to come together. And now we have change with our new elected officials. Some are young, new, fresh ideas. Let's all come together and be creative. Gary has the new township now. You know, Kimberly Robinson, congratulations. Some have stayed in office. Mike Brown, congratulations. We got Jerome Prince. We got, you know, some have maintained still in their seats, and congratulations to be reelected. But our new people, that's the change. Please make that change with a heart, with a spiritual mindset, with a positive mindset, because it's not about you. It's not about that candidate that won last night. It's about the community. So make that change for the better good of your own city, your own county. Now, I know my mayor, some people don't like him. He's like a bully. He says something, and then he runs away. But you know what he's doing for our city of Hammond? He protects our city before he wants to go and spend money somewhere else. I'm not talking bad about anybody. I just know that that's my mayor, and he's fixing our streets. He's telling the state, NDOT, to fix our street. Indianapolis Boulevard is a havoc right now, wreaking havoc, because they're fixing Indianapolis Boulevard. But at least they're fixing it. We're dodging on all these potholes. It's crazy. It's ridiculous that we still have to dodge these potholes. And then on the highway, it's like chunks of cement just like removed from the highway. And these are big holes, and it's tearing up our vehicles. So we still have those issues that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis when we have to go out there to work. And speaking of dodging those potholes, I was appalled when I saw that someone actually had received a ticket, not in this state, of course, had received a ticket for dodging a pothole. It was in the suburbs, I believe, in Illinois, that got a ticket because they were improper lane change. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Really? So the mayor, of course, was also saying, well, I do the same thing. I got to dodge. There was no cars around me. I had to dodge to miss the hole. So this person is going to fight it, or probably already did. The mayor was actually going to help find it. And if I can find that article, I'll tell you what city. It says, hit it or ticket. Rosemount driver cited for avoiding a pothole. Is that crazy or what? Do they not have something else to do, something better to do, as in the police officers? It says hit it or ticket, you know, click it or ticket. This one is hit it or, what did I say? Hit it or click it. I'm going to hit it or ticket. I'm going to send this over to you, Mars, but I'm going to speak about it right now. I'm going to read a little bit on it, and you guys will hear. And I'm saying this because we're still dodging not just bullets, unfortunately. We're dodging these potholes all on Klein, on 5th Avenue, on 4th Avenue, on Ridge Road, on Indianapolis Boulevard, on the highway, on 8094. It's insane. So just last week, I'm sorry, I did say it was in Illinois. It's a Minneapolis driver was sent to a hospital after he was hit in the face by his airbags when he drove over a pothole. Now, a Rosemount driver is facing a ticket for trying to avoid a similar fate. It shakes your head so severely that you feel like you're going over a landmine. Alan Moe told Fox News, "It feels like it's about to tear my truck apart. Poor do I know. I hear my car, it's like my van, rattle, thunder, boom, boom, boom." But I'm talking about the tires, the suspension, the struts, the shocks. So for more than 2 years, Mo has been going out of his way to avoid a string of potholes that rattle his truck. Now his nerves are rattled because he was cited for failing to stay in his lane. You'll get to hear his testimony. You can sound off and see how you think about it, but I think that these police officers should have something better to do. So the pothole problem was caused by the type of overlay done a few years ago. In fact, the section of Shannon Parkway where Mo was cited is scheduled to be resurfaced in June. In the meantime, he has a $128 fine, but purely out of principle. Unbelievable. You got it there, Mars? You're listening to Sound Off with E.V.E. here on WLTH Radio. We have gotten the warmer climate, the warmer weather. Let's not complain that it's too hot. Hope you guys are enjoying it. It's rather cloudy, overcast, but it's nice and warm out there. And so hopefully, you use it wisely. It's 65 degrees in Aurora. And I'm going to give you the weather in just a few minutes. It's 14 minutes after the hour. Our number's 219-885-1371. So listen to this poor guy that's got to pay $128 because he tried to swerve a pothole.
A year, the roads are riddled with potholes, and some drivers do the old evasive maneuvers to dodge them. Well, for a Rosemont man, that got him a ticket. Fox Bill Keller is here, and Bill, he's fighting that citation. Apparently, he's got some backers on that, huh? Yeah,
I'll tell you what, Randy, the first thing he did when he actually got that ticket for missing a pothole was call the patrol officer to make sure he was going to have a court date to contest that ticket. Then he called the mayor, who was surprised to hear someone got ticketed for doing the same thing he does every day.
It shakes your vehicle so severely that you feel like you're going over a landmine.
For more than 2 years, Alan Moe has literally been going out of his way.
It's a 2001.
To avoid a string of potholes that rattle his truck.
It feels like it's about to tear my truck apart.
Now, the only thing rattled are his nerves after he was cited for failing to stay in his lane.
I swerved to just get around the potholes, and then I came back into my lane. After I went through the stoplight, he stopped me.
Alan, who was driving his 2 daughters to dance class, says at one point the officer suggested he might have been texting, but the father of 2 insisted the swerving was deliberate to save his suspension.
We all do it in this community. We have to preserve our own vehicles. And he didn't like that.
Car after car, we saw numerous drivers veering to avoid the potholes, some to the left, others to the right.
That's what I do when I drive down this street.
I'm telling you, that's what we all do.
In fact, even the mayor admits it's all he can do to avoid the potholes.
It deteriorated so quickly here this winter that you have to drive around potholes.
Mayor Bill Drost says the pothole problem was caused by the type of overlay done a few years ago. In fact, this section of Shannon Parkway is all scheduled to be resurfaced in June. In the meantime, Allen says he plans to fight the ticket, not because of the $128 fine, but out of principle.
And he said, well, I have you on videotape, sir. I said, good. I'm so glad that you do, because it'll show you, it'll show anyone that looks at it that I was clearly moving my way through this pothole region.
Yeah, and he tried to appeal to that patrol supervisor who would not withdraw the citation. The mayor says he plans on taking it up with the police chief on Monday, saying it just doesn't pass the common sense test. Randy, they just might end up reviewing that dash cam video of all things for this moving violation.
Exactly. So what do you guys think? Imagine if that were to happen here in Lake County, Indiana. Should we say that the police officers are either trying to make some money, have nothing better to do, or there's no crime in that city where that happened to that gentleman? I would be appalled as well. I would be quite upset. Well, not me particularly upset, but it would just really make me uncomfortable to know that that's what they're doing over potholes. Really? So that means who should be responsible for the potholes? Who should be paying for the bills? I know NDOT and IDOT are somewhat responsible. And today, something important is about to happen. And it's actually, the doors are opening now in East Chicago. You know, we all complain about education, or the lack thereof, or the quality of the education that is being provided for our youth. Well, there's an important meeting tonight. We're inviting the parents, grandparents, guardian educators, concerned citizens, faith and civic community. State Superintendent speaks tonight. Listen, you don't have a lot of time. Echo Community PTA invites you to attend a special community meeting. Honorable Glenda Ritz, Indiana Superintendent of Public Instruction, guest speaker today at 6 p.m. at Central High School, 1100 West Columbus Drive in East Chicago. Superintendent Ritz will share her vision for educating children and public schools in the state of Indiana. This meeting is extremely important considering the State Board of Education just adopted new standards. Student encouraged to attend. Don't miss the opportunity. The doors are just opening. Here you go, Mr. Ware. The doors are opening right now at 5:30 at EC Central, so it's important. If you got something to say or complain about, now's the time. Go ahead, caller, here on the air, WLTH Radio.
Buenas tardes, Eve.
Buenas tardes, ¿cómo está, señorita?
Oh, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios.
Good. You know what I called to tell you? You were talking about the potholes. Oh, they're all over everywhere in a whole lot of places. But even some places where it had been raining, the whole side of the street has fallen in, and there were cars that were falling in with them in Baltimore, Maryland. There's been all kinds of tragic accidents and things due to the weather. And I had some of my neighbors laughing. And because, you know, I love to go Martin Luther King Drive from here to get out to 35th, and then I'll drive over to make a turn, a right turn, and go west to Broadway. So I told them, I said, it's so bad out there, I'm thinking about taking my plaster of Paris out there.
Right?
And them laughing. I said, I need some coals out there.
Right.
And I'm going to take some of this plaster of Paris that I used to make candles with the molds, and then I'd make the little whatnot figurines and everything. And I had them laughing, so when I found out it had improved out there, it's much better now. But I really got a joke out of it. That's why I stay off the street.
You know, and it's like, what's worse is at nighttime when the light is dim.
I don't go out at nighttime.
Well, see, I can't help it, but I have to, especially leaving
I
Gary.
know you do, but you're much younger. You can handle it. I stay in because I heard you talking about people looking down I look down too, but I don't be looking down at a phone or anything. I'm looking down because I want to see where I'm driving so I don't hit something before I find out that I'm in a hole. So things are looking up. I know they've been out there on numerous occasions, but I did tell somebody, I said, I'm going out there and I'm going to invite other people to meet me over there and we're going to put down some plaster.
I'm telling you, go put some rocks or something to cover those holes. It's almost like the ones on the highway, sometimes I can't avoid to miss them because there's traffic coming on both sides.
That's
so
true.
I have to go right on them, and I can handle it, but the vehicles are the ones that, no matter how old or how new they are, they're the ones that are really getting a big, beat down for these potholes.
Then, too, if they get a beat down, you're going to have to be responsible for that yourself.
I'm telling you.
More than likely, because how many other people have the same complaint?
And they said to complain to NDOT, but have they? I want to hear if anyone has actually filed a complaint that their car had messed up or something broke on their car because of a pothole. Have they contacted NDOT, and has NDOT done anything about it? I'd love to hear if anyone that's out there listening, did they do something about it? Did
I
they
know
pay your
some
claim?
years ago when I was still at the Pavilion, that's back there at the Alley Park building, and a gentleman did lose his truck got dropped down in there, and he filed a suit. I think he said he got paid. He didn't live in the community, but I think he did get paid for his damage.
So then they're actually coming through slowly but surely,
I
right?
guess some people are getting their claims taken care of.
Exactly, but how about that poor guy in that city? He got a ticket because he was trying to get away from a pothole. How about that?
Well, you got to watch what you're doing. Hey, do like I do. I try and take care of everything at one time, and I got to get out of here earlier because I was so busy listening to WLTH last night and watching my basketball game, and my teams came through that I thought would win last night. But I found out this morning around 9:30 that my granddaughter had gotten hurt pretty bad.
Oh, wow.
Playing a game and ended up with some broken bones. So she's been calling for me to come and visit her. So I said I better do some running around early tomorrow because I'm supposed to be at the doctor's office Friday. So I need to get out of here and go see about her because she wants to see her grandma.
Yeah, so
and that's
sorry to
nice.
hear that, Ms.
And
Nancy.
I did get some beautiful pictures from my nephew. One of my twin nephew, the son of a twin. He sent me some graduation pictures with his, and they're really nice, with his cap and gown, and then he plays football. And he looks like a linebacker, too, so he'll be going off to college to play football. But anyway, on that note, I just called you to tell you I'm listening to you.
Thank you, Ms. Nadine.
And I'll be out and about tomorrow because I may need to get out of here after I'm supposed to be at the doctor's office early Friday morning. So I try and get there this weekend.
Weather's not going to be so bad, so enjoy it. Thank you for tuning in and appreciate
Well, you know, I always tune in when I can, and then while I'm out of town, somebody will probably show me how to get online because I haven't gotten online to see the program.
I will have to make a point to visit you, so I'll be calling you
I've
between
been
now and the
telling you because I
weekend.
got something for you.
Well, I will be coming by between now and the weekend.
Well, I don't know if I'll be here this weekend. I may leave.
Okay, I'll call you ahead of time.
I may leave pretty soon because tomorrow I said I better do some running around because I can't do it Friday because I'm supposed to be at the doctor's office by 9:45. So I shall talk to you later, but I love you.
I love you too, Ms. Nadine. Thank you again. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You're listening to Sound Off with E.V.E. here on WLTH Radio. This is AM 1370, the Region's Choice, and I am one of the voices here on WLTH Radio, Eve Gomez, and I'm on. Remember that Coach and I switched our program time, so Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, he comes on at 5, and I come on right after him at 6, and Wednesday and Friday, I am on the evening drive at 5. So thank you for tuning in, and if you are watching me online, appreciate that as well. The calling number is 219-885-1371. And also, just to let you know, there's a police search for freed suspect in Gary murder. A Lake Station man was critically wounded during a home invasion late last year, was released from an Illinois hospital despite a murder charge against him, authorities said. The U.S. Marshals Great Lakes Region Fugitive Team, the Region Stop Team, and area police are on the lookout for Mark Cherry, of 21 years of age. Gary Police spokesman Corporal Gabriel King said Cherry was charged with murder in late December while hospitalized with multiple gunshot wounds at Christ Medical Center in Oakland, Illinois. Police said Cherry was shot during a struggle with two brothers for control of a gun during a home invasion December 1st in the 6200 block of West 29th Avenue in Gary's Black Oak section. Cherry and two other men went to the house looking for marijuana and forced their way in, according to police. They said two men who were in the house, brother Elias Martinez, 24, and Anthony Martinez, 23, were wounded in the struggle where Cherry and Roland Correa, 22, was shot to death. The other two intruders remain at large, police said. Cherry, who has a recent conviction for robbery, was not held under police guard at the Oakland hospital. King said Gary officers do not typically guard prisoners in other states where they have no jurisdiction and usually ask hospital officials to notify them when the patient is scheduled for release. Oakland Police Division Chief Michael Kaufman said Tuesday that it's the responsibility of law enforcement agency in charge of a case to keep track of a suspect or to alert local police and seek assistance. There's no way Oakland police can be expected to keep track of a patient unless they told us about him, and they did not, he said. Gary police also could have contacted Cook County Sheriff's Police to alert them of Cherry's status at the hospital, Kaufman said. Whether that was done, I don't know. That's a question for Gary, he said. Christ spokesman Mike Maggio said in a statement that medical center cannot legally detain a patient against his or her will without prior written consent from a patient. The hospital cannot alert another person or agency about a patient's pending discharge. Oops, somebody dropped the ball on that one. You would think that if it's an inmate, there's got to be a guard there. Or, like they said, let the other county know about it. So he is at large. They are searching for this man. So I just wanted to share that because too much is happening out there, all right? Wow. Indiana MERS patient may be released soon, guys. I don't know if you heard the latest news on the MERS patient. A community hospital patient continues to remain in good condition and still represents the only confirmed case in the United States of a new and fatal respiratory disease. A release from Munster Hospital on Tuesday said the health officials are working on a plan to soon release the patient, who was the first confirmed case in the country of the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, or MERS. The patient will remain in isolation at him until the State Health Department and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention clears him, according to the release. The hospital also announced that all employees who came in contact with the patient before he was put in isolation and who have since been put in isolation at home will be done with their quarantine by Sunday. So far, none of them have tested positive for MERS, and a final test will be conducted at the end of the 14-day waiting period. Lab tests for the patient's close family contacts were negative, the release said. So MERS is believed to have originated in the Middle East about 2011 or 2012 and has killed about 30% of the patients it infects. Most of them are elderly patients who have had other health issues. For more questions about MERS, call the State Health Department at 877-826-0011. 877-826-0011.
Everyone in Northwest Indiana has experienced life's unpredictability, from minor injuries to automobile accidents to managing chronic illness. At Methodist hospitals, our emergency departments are always open, always ready, with the most advanced care for illness, injury, and trauma. No Indiana hospital is better prepared to deliver quality emergency care for cardiac, stroke, and trauma. Our 20 board-certified emergency physicians, nurse trauma teams, and staff set the standard for critical care. Methodist Hospitals even trains many of the region's EMTs and helps train emergency doctors for Northwestern University at our North Lake campus. And we just expanded our South Lake campus emergency department in Maryville. Methodist Hospitals, Northwest Indiana's emergency room. Always open, always ready.
Mommy, I have a toothache.
Honey, my tooth is loose.
If you've been looking for a dentist, you're in luck. Radcliffe Family Dental, located at 1901 Grant Street in Gary, provides dental care for the whole family. Starting now, Radcliffe will be taking new patients, and you could be one of them by calling 219-880-1430. That's 219-880-1430. Call for appointment today. Dr. Radcliffe, a dentist with many years of experience, and her team will be glad to help put a smile on you. Get pearly whites at Radcliffe Family Dental this year. Radcliffe Family Dental offers cleaning, teeth whitening, white or silver fillings, crowns and bridges, digital x-rays, complete dentures, implant crowns, extraction, and laughing gas if you need a pep in your step. Radcliffe Family Dental, your new dental home. Visit us at 1901 Grant Street in Gary or call 219-880-1430. Hours Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. Closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We accept most insurance, including Medicaid and Calumet Township.
Arts Camp 2014. We're now enrolling for Arts Camp 2014, open to youth between the ages of 8 to 18. Camp attendees will enjoy 4 weeks of summer fun creating magnificent art. If you are an inspiring artist or know of an aspiring artist who wants to build up their artistic skill, then this is the camp for you. Arts Camp runs from June 16th through July 11th, Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. until 1 o'clock p.m. Aspiring artists will enjoy exciting hands-on activities like drawing, mosaics, tie-dyeing, and printmaking. All artistic levels are welcome. Register today at liveartstudio.org or call us at 219-884-2770. Live Art Studio is conveniently located at 4760 Broadway in Gary. To learn more about Arts Camp 2014 or our other programs, call us at 219-884-2770. We're Live Art Studio, where the arts come alive.
I'm Bob.
Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Chauncey.
And we're the Hartfield Brothers. And you're listening to E.V.E. Gomez on WLTH 1370.
All right, welcome back. This is Sound Off with E.V.E. here on AM 1370 on your radio dial. And also, you can watch every day on Ustream. And if you are interested in looking for some recorded shows, you can find them on my YouTube channel, E.V.E. Gomez, and you'll see my picture there. And you can see some of the shows that you've missed in case you are looking for something important or you just like that show. And by all means, go for it. And I appreciate you doing that as well. And if you could share some of those shows, especially to educate and to bring awareness to the community. Speaking of awareness, in the Law and Order section, woman's body found in an alley. Police were trying to identify a woman whose body was found Tuesday morning in an alley in the Midtown area. A resident called police, and officers found the body about 9 a.m. in the 2500 block between Jefferson and Madison Street, police spokesman Corporal Gabriel King said. Police said that there were no signs of foul play and no information about the cause and the manner of death would be available until an autopsy is completed. King said the woman was white with brownish hair and was wearing black pants, a multicolored blouse, and knee-high black boots that lace all the way up. Anyone with information about the woman's identity, please call Sergeant Dan Callahan at 881-1210, 881-1210, or the Lake County Coroner's Office, 881-1210, 881-1210. Also, in case you're wondering what was taking place in the evening, traffic stops results in gun charge. 2 city residents were charged, one on a gun charge and the other on a city court warrant during a traffic stop on 5th Avenue on Monday night. Members of the Region Stop team had focused on the area around McDonald's since the daytime homicide Thursday in the restaurant parking lot, a team member said. At 7:55, Lieutenant Samuel Roberts and Corporal Donald Briggs and Patrolman Kevin Campbell stopped a Chevrolet Impala near Arthur Street and smelled marijuana as they approached the car but found none during a search, according to the police. They said a handgun was found on the floorboard, and the driver, Myron Borders, 19, was charged with carrying a handgun without a license. The passenger, Andre Harrison, 20, was arrested on the court warrant, police said. Okay, so there's stuff going on. But it's such disappointment that 12-point-something% out of 300, I can get the numbers. I know that you guys heard these numbers this morning and last night for the polls, so just to switch on the other side. 12-point-something% of the people that registered to vote decided to vote. I wonder why that is. But I think, and I heard in the morning, someone mentioned that we need to educate our voters, those that register, educate them into knowing what these positions are all about, what does it take, what are their duties, their responsibilities, because how do we really know that the person we're going to vote for is the right person for that position? How do we really know? What is a precinct committeeman supposed to do? What is a councilman or at large or a district supposed to do? State reps, what are they supposed to do? Lake County recorder, Lake County treasurer, Lake County clerk, what are their job duties? What are their responsibilities? That way we know that we voted for the right person. And some chose not to vote because they did not know who these individuals were, so that would be a not so fair voting number on a candidate. If I don't know who it is, or I don't like both of them, and I don't think either one of them fit, well, I'm not going to vote. But your vote is very important, so come November, hopefully that all the 300 and some people that registered to vote actually come out more to vote, because the percentage out here in Indiana was very, very, very low. And how low are we talking about? I'll give you the results for those of you that missed it from this morning. This is the evening drive. It's 5:37 in the evening here on Sound Off with E.V.E. And let's see, we got 348,664 registered voters. Out of that amount, only 44,717 were counted. That's 12.83%. So the voting was very low. Some people thought that they had moved the polls because it was empty. There was nobody there. So what's going on? And as they say, those that didn't vote are the ones that are going to be complaining. So they need to be quiet, right? They didn't count their vote. They didn't want change, but yet they're complaining about what's going on. So again, congratulations to all of those that have won their election. Congratulations. Please do what's best for the community and not for you as the candidate. You work for us, the voters, not the other way around. We don't work for you. You work for us. What's best for our community. Okay, the greater good for our community, for us, for the people that pay taxes, for the people that are voting, what's best for us. Just like in education, what's best for our kids. Not what's best for our teachers. Well, we got to look out for them too, but we have to look out more than anything out for our youth. We have to pay attention to what's going on in their surroundings as well. And just as I mentioned earlier, if you missed it, hurry up and go to EC Central, because we have Glenda Ritz there at 6 o'clock speaking. She will share her vision for educating children and public schools in the state of Indiana. This meeting is extremely important considering the State Board of Education just adopted new standards. Students encouraged to attend. Don't miss this opportunity. This event starts at 6 o'clock. The ECHO Community PTA invites you to attend a special community meeting. Honorable Glenda Ritz, Indiana Superintendent of Public Instruction, is the guest speaker. Again, that's tonight at 6 o'clock. You got 20 minutes at Central High School, 1100 West Columbus Drive. That's important, especially if you don't like what's going on right now with education. I know there's a lot of wreaking havoc out there in East Chicago as well. Not just Gary, East Chicago as well. We got a lot of bullying. We got a lot of kids dropping out, being transferred, or ignored, or just suspended for little stuff, or expelled for little stuff, instead of looking for the solutions, instead of trying to find a mentor for them, instead of trying to get the solutions and not just point out the problem and suspending them, because that creates another problem. That's throwing a kid out on the street. To do what? The weather's nice now. You suspend them, you know they're going to be out in the street, especially if the parents are not involved in their life and the parents are at work. They're not going to know where their kids are if they're not in their life. Parents, step up to the plate. If you are a young parent in your 20s, it doesn't excuse you. Get help. There's a lot of cases out there. There's a lot of murders, a lot of violence that's going on daily somewhere out there in this world. Daily. Just like we have young parents in Northwest Indiana, we have young parents in other states and other countries as well. We're not getting enough education, enough awareness or something, but I know one thing for sure, we're not giving them enough love. That's a solution for that as well. You're listening to Sound Off with E.V.E. And how about that weather? Let's see. Well, it looks cloudy. I got a little drizzle earlier as we were driving to Munster. And in Washington, it's 64 degrees and cloudy. Orlando, 88 degrees and sunny. And in Houston, 79 degrees, partly sunny. Las Vegas, 72 degrees and cloudy. Los Angeles, 67 degrees, partly sunny. Barcelona, Spain, 61 degrees, partly cloudy. Celaya, Mexico, 67 degrees and cloudy. Toronto, 55 degrees. Gary, 81 degrees. Wow. Let's see how high we reached today. And it's cloudy right now. It reached as high as 86 degrees. Wow. That's high. That's summertime, right? It's going to drop to 62 degrees tonight, and it's going to be rather cloudy mostly part of the week. And let's see what we will get for tomorrow. It's 42 minutes after the hour here on Sound Off with E.V.E. AM 1370, 219-885-1371. For Thursday, May 8th, we have 82 degrees. It's going to feel like 81, breezy and very warm with variable cloudiness, and it's going to drop to 64 degrees at night. A couple of showers and heavy thunderstorms, cloudy, breezy, and warm. It's almost like great sleeping weather. Some people sleep better with thunderstorm, with lightning. And for Friday, guys, 79 degrees, mostly cloudy, breezy, and very warm with a shower or thunderstorm. And it's going to drop to 53 degrees, an evening shower or thunderstorm, otherwise mostly cloudy. That's for Friday. And for Saturday, let's see if we're going to get warmer. No, we're actually going to drop a little bit. 67 degrees, periods of clouds and sun. It's going to be a beautiful day. That's great weather, 67 degrees. And then at night, it's going to drop to 51, feel like 46 degrees, partly cloudy for Saturday, May 10th, which happens to be our Latino Mother's Day. And for Mother's Day, May 11th, 76 degrees, mostly cloudy with a shower possible. Ooh, let's pray that it doesn't so you guys can have cookouts out there for your mothers. But it's going to drop to 54 degrees at night. It's going to feel like 45 degrees. Plenty of clouds, a couple of evening showers, followed by periods of rain and a thunderstorm late on Sunday night. So, how's it going to be for Monday? 65 degrees, some sun. Chance of shower and thunderstorm, breezy and not as warm. It's going to drop to 45. It's going to feel like 39 degrees. So, yes, we're going to get cold again. That furnace was kicking this morning. So, yeah, I get cold easily. So, hopefully these few days that we get 70s will rest that furnace. Tuesday, 64 intervals of clouds and sunshine, and it's going to drop to 38 degrees, or 43. It's going to feel like 38 degrees, clear Tuesday night. Hey, Mars, how about you play me something over there if you can find me something? And just give me a break here that's listening to Sounds Off with E.V.E. AM 1370, 219-885-1371, the Region's Choice and the Voice.
You make me feel so real. I just gotta let you know I'll never let this feeling just help it grow. For a long time, baby, I was trying to find the sound, and then came you, bringing me happiness. Seems like a dream, sometimes hard to believe. Love has found its way to me. just as sweet as can be. I'm gonna do my best, keep you happy. Want you to know I really love you so. I thank God for giving you to me. You make me feel so real, knowing all that we've been through, and you were still with me. Our love keeps on growing. You make me feel so real. I'll never let you down. You bring the best out of me, and I'll always love you. You make me feel so real. You make me feel so real. You make me feel so real. You make me feel so wonderful lady, just as sweet as can be. I'm gonna do my best, keep you happy. Want you to love, I really love you so, and I thank God for giving you to me. You make me feel so real, so real, so real, so real, so real, so real, so real. You stuck by me, baby, so real, to all we've been through.
Yes, so real. You make me feel so real. And that's by the Hartfield Brothers. Thank you so much for giving me that song to play here on WLTH Radio. Love that song. Some good music. Thank you, Omar. We're going to make you a DJ. You play some good music. You're listening to Sound Off with E.V.E. here on WLTH Radio. Shout out to Ron and all those that are listening, to Henry, to Ron, to, I haven't heard from Sam. I wonder if Sam's listening. And also, Mr. Lord, I just drew a blank here. Who's the gentleman that always calls in off the air, Mars? I gave him the papers for the mesothelioma. Mr. Yes, I shall just see. I always know his name every time he calls. He says, how do you know my name? I said, because I remember, but right now I just cannot remember. But a shout out to all of you that are listening from GI, from East Chicago, from Hobart, from Maryville, from Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to those that are out there in Phoenix as well, in Las Vegas and the Bay Area out in California, Los Angeles. Shout out to Sweet Mama Sweet out there as well. And for everyone that's watching me in the suburbs of Illinois. So I want to thank you for joining me. Remember that I am on a switch of time now, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I'm on at 6 o'clock. Coach's Corner will come on at 5 o'clock on those days, so we're just switching those 3 days. And then I'm back to the evening drive at 5, Wednesday and Friday. That's at 5 o'clock. So remember to always tune in to WLTH. And, we got some great music always coming here on WLTH Radio. But I was reading the Dear Abby as the song was kind of playing, and I got to share this. This is crazy. Okay, shows that some parents just don't have a clue, and I fall for it sometimes. I hear the term, and I don't know it, so I'll ask the kids, and they're looking at me, and they'll go, really, Mom? You don't know what that means? What? Twerking. Not a drug term. Not a drug term. Dear Abby, I'm a happily married mother of 2 teenage boys. The other day I overheard my older son, age 17, talking with a friend about twerking. I have never heard of it, and now I'm worried. Is twerking a drug term? Is it similar to tripping, getting high, or catfishing? First of all, wait, what's catfishing? Mars?
Catfishing is, hold on, let me get to my microphone.
Yeah, what's catfishing? See, I don't blame this woman. Twerking, I had to know because I was watching the dance step, and I said, what do you call that? And that was twerking. So this woman is saying, is it a drug term? Is it similar to tripping, getting high, or catfishing? Well, I want to know what catfishing is. My 17-year-old is supposed to go to Princeton next year on a scholarship, and I'm afraid twerking will derail him from his charted path. Thank you for any advice you may have. Okay, what's catfishing?
Well, a catfish is someone who pretends to be someone they're not, by using Facebook or social media to create false identities. Hence, phishing for people.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people out there, especially on social media. You're right. So, well, troubled mom in Connecticut. Dear mom, don't panic. Tripping and getting high, as you already know, refer to altered states of consciousness as the result of using drugs. Catfishing is something else. It's pretending, like you said, Omar, to be someone you aren't, creating a false identity on social media, usually to pursue a deceptive online romance. The twerking your son was referring to is a dance move recently made by famous Miley Cyrus, in which the dancer, usually female, gyrates in a provocative, semi-squatting position that involves thrusting hip movements. I have seen that, and that is not a very nice dance step. I would smack my daughter if I saw her dancing like that. I've seen little kids, 7, 8, 9-year-olds dancing this step. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is not good. I'm going to share another Abby with you. My husband and I are not big fans of his best friend's wife, Araceli. It's extremely ill-mannered. She never says thank you, didn't even write thank you on notes for their wedding and baby showers, and when we're at a restaurant, will loudly announce that the food was disgusting. Araceli claims our baby cries too much. She arrived at my son's second birthday party with a hangover and so much more. She claims she doesn't observe our southern ways because she comes from South America and has been in the United States for only 8 years. We keep our interactions with her limited. Don't blame them. But do not cut her off completely because my husband values his friendship with her husband. I told my husband I'm considering giving her an etiquette book, but he said it would be rude. I disagree. I think it would nullify Araceli's argument that she doesn't understand our southern, quote, manners. Do you agree that it would be rude? What do you guys think? Giving her an etiquette book. I don't think that's rude. Well, then again, like I said, it's not the action that matters, it's the reaction that does. So let's see how Araceli would react to it, right? So here's the answer from Dear Abby. Dear Southern gal, sorry, but I do agree because the gift would be given with malicious intent, and I'm pretty sure that while Araceli lacks polish, she isn't stupid. Like I said, it depends on the reaction. Her problem isn't that she doesn't understand good manners because she's from South America. I have met individuals from South America who are educated, cultured, and whose manners are refined. Obviously, Araceli does not come from that kind of background. Exactly. Doesn't mean where you're coming from. It's how you were raised, what you were taught, and what you have been teaching yourself to become as an adult. Well, folks, I have been here. It's been good. It's been great. I gotta go. Gotta run. It's 54 minutes after the hour. Just have a few minutes. If anybody wants to sound off the last few minutes, 219-885-1371. Again, congratulations to all the elected officials who won last night. Congratulations. If there is anything that I can assist you in, no, it's not about politics with me. It's just the fact that I'd like to help improve the quality of life in our communities. So if there's anything that I can do to help, please sound me off here. Find me on Twitter or call me if you have my number. And I do want to ask all of you to keep my mom in your prayers, as you already have, as I pray for you as well and with you. Prayer does good for the mind, body, and soul. With that, my brothers and sisters, be safe out there. Enjoy what you have today, because 1 minute we're here, the next we may be gone. So don't take a minute for granted. Don't take life for granted. Don't take your parents for granted. Don't take anybody for granted, not even yourself. Enjoy what you have and don't worry about what you don't. And with that, may God bless you. Have a great evening. God loves you, and I do too. You guys be safe, and I'll be back tomorrow, Thursday, at 6 o'clock. Take care. Be careful.
Racism, we feel shame. No one wants to take the blame. Through the fire, we all will hang. With love, we can change when we all come together.